What's happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. I'm back again with Akeem, and we've got Saeed here with us today. We're going to do a preview of the weekend football. A sad, sad weekend of football for all of us. Would you not agree, Akeem?
No. So it's been a great weekend of football.
Oh man. Like, we'll get straight into it in a bit. But first, people, if you can please subscribe to the channel, click on the notification button so you know whenever we upload onto YouTube. Like and comment. Let us know what your thoughts on the weekend football, and let us know what your thoughts on whatever we discussed today. What's happening, boys? How's the weekend?
Been all right. It's
Been a
been
busy
good.
one still, but
Yeah. All right. Cool. You guys feel like? Is it late? You both feel sleepy, bro. What's going on? I thought you'd be a lot happier, Akeem. Though I can understand why Saeed might be a bit sad.
No, I'm very pleased. That's what we're gonna go. That's the way we're gonna go with today. I'm very pleased, satisfied.
Okay, fair enough.
you got to see much of a big smile though. Like that's a very big smile there.
There's only one place to start, really, and obviously that is just the win against Newcastle. The late show for once from Arsenal. A lot of the fans, I know, us we were speaking last week. He was upset with his lineup. You wanted him to the terminology that a lot of your fan base was using. It was release the handbrake. Was it something along those lines?
Yeah,
And do you think he's done that? Do you think he's done that today?
yeah. I felt he played a strong, well balanced lineup. He wasn't too defensive and it wasn't too attacking. It was nicely balanced, in my opinion. Because we were away from home, so we know Newcastle are a physical and can be a dangerous team as well. So we still had to have some sort of balance, make sure that our back door was closed. Why? But also pose a threat of our own. And I felt we played well today.
Yeah. Well, you said what do you think as a neutral, Sai?
You know what? Like I think a lot was made about the handbrake situation last week. Going like playing Man City, I know like they're not as strong as they were last year or in the previous years, but like you do what you need to do, kind of thing. Sometimes if they ended up winning that game, no one would say anything about handbrake. No one would say anything about being too defensive, and if his plan came to fruition, like he had a strong bench to turn to, whereas Pep didn't really have a strong bench. And like I will say today though, looking at the formation, looking at the lineup today, it was a lot more attacking. It was a shame. Well, it's not even a shame actually because I don't care about Arsenal, but it would have been nice to see Arsenal score from open play today. Especially like they had a lot of chances in the first like 20, 35, 20 to 30 minutes. There's just little things they look like they need to work on. So like it was good like from a neutral to see football from that point of view. But at the end of the day, um, if they don't get the late two goals, no one says like people are still complaining. Arsenal fans are still complaining that he weren't playing the right from tactics or playing the right people. So yeah, I don't really get the whole handbrake situation. Like you do what you do, you feel you need to do to win. And he felt that he needed to have a lot more bigger, stronger personnel last week. Decided like as in and have a strong bench. Yeah, so but it was a good game. Like as in, it was a good game I think to watch today. As a neutral, it was definitely good seeing Newcastle taking the lead. So Arsenal had to come out. Um, and yeah, like as in, all right, Newcastle looked like they were handling it, especially in the second half. But yeah, Arsenal came to do what they had to do. So yeah, it was a good game to watch from my point of view.
Yeah. No, yeah, look, I hear what you're saying in terms of like there's a lot made out of like the handbrake situation. If it was more so, I guess where the fan were coming from is it's the depth and quality that the team has. and where Man City is currently and where Liverpool is currently, or them watching Liverpool and City playing other teams and seeing the opportunity that is there to be taken when Arsenal plays them, especially with the quality that Arsenal has. So I'm guessing rather than, especially with Arsenal being at home, I can understand them being away from home. I don't want us to go back because we're now talking about last week's game. I don't want us to do that, but I get where they're coming from. Like, take the game to them when you're at home. If you're away from home, fair enough. Like, you can play a bit more pragmatic. You know, you've got the quality to change the game on the bench if you need so. But when you're at home, sometimes when you're playing against the top opposition, what you want to do is obviously stamp your authority to let them know that what you're capable of. And I just thought that's probably what a lot of fan base will want. And that's the whole point of spending this kind of money in the summer. You don't spend this money just to to be pragmatic, especially when you know the other opposition can be hurt.
Yeah. And
what are you going to say, Akeem? Was you going to say something?
Yeah. Also, I believe today how we played today, especially in that first half, especially in that first 30 minutes, that's exactly what we could have done to Man City last week, and we didn't. That's the whole point. The whole lineup of last week. Like today, this lineup, if we had lost today, there will be no blame on the manager. It will be squarely on the players for the chances that they missed. My fury will be on unlucky hitting the post, but as a weak discussed shot, the chances that we miss, and obviously, I know we're going to touch on that as well later on. The penalty, those situations would have made me angry. Not the manager, not the team selection, not the tactics. I felt like today the tactics were spot on, and the team selection was spot on. We had perfect balance in both aspects.
Yeah, I agree. Because going in, and that was my next point I was going to make. I thought the better team won. Like, at minimum, you had to take something from there. At minimum, you got to take at least a draw, but you deserve the win from there because the way you perform from the first half to second half, you controlled the game, dominating. It was like periods where Newcastle couldn't get out on half. You can see how they were defending. It was slightly desperate defending at times. Just kicking it out, and Newcastle they don't usually do that. And you can see the amount of save that Pope also made. So 100% the better team won. And I'm guessing, look, with fans watching it now, they're going to say, look, this is what we're talking about. I don't know. Obviously, you might, Akeem, but I don't know whether other fans will still. Some fans will still have something to say, regardless about the manager, if you didn't get anything out of it. But if you left that game without getting anything, then I would agree. I would agree with what you're saying. It wouldn't have been the blame on the manager because the manager done what he had to do. And at the same time, the fan will also feel justified with the reason why you should go with attacking formation, because the position that Eze was getting himself in is not going to be missing a lot of those chances in other games. So obviously, yes, they didn't score them today, but that's a difference. But there is a difference there, and you can also see that him getting forward also freed up Gyökeres. I think Gyökeres had a good game as well because all the attention was just on him because Eze was also keeping the back two occupied as well. So it wasn't just one man on Gyökeres and I'll just get an empty space. That wasn't the case. It was Eze was getting into the box a lot as well. So obviously it got the defenders thinking a lot. So I think today he got it spot on, and to go away from home, it's a tough place like St. James's. Well done. Not well done. I hate you guys, but
yes, well done.
You got the win anyway. So let's. But in terms of like the talking point
for
the game itself, go on.
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, you said that you thought Gyökeres had a good game. Like, I think, like, in the key moments, he didn't actually do what he needed to do. So, like, it'll be interesting to see how, like, it goes on, especially away from home, because he's only scored like a whole minute. But in the key moments, he slipped. He missed those passes. There were times I was trying to link it with him, and like, as in, like, the pass weren't as sharp as it needed to be in it. So, he's still got work to do for me in it.
I agree with you, Saeed, on that one. Like, even there was one when the ball came in and the touch was heavy, and the slip as well. And he's got a lot to work on. When we first signed him, I'm gonna admit I had rose tinted glasses. Those rose tinted glasses are starting to wear off. I'm judging him now. I am really starting to judge him. I'm really watching his football now, and I'm gonna be honest. He's heavy footed. This guy.
You know what? When I say he's have a good game, I meant like he's involved a lot more. Usually he doesn't.
He was.
Not just it was getting him involved a lot more as well. So usually in other games he just goes missing. You don't see him really, or the ball's not going to him. And I'm guessing he's getting himself into spaces where they can find him, or if they don't find him, he's Eze's in a space where he can obviously get a shot off. So it's more on the tactics. So he's involved a lot more. So in other games, I felt like they didn't involve him in any of the build-up play. And this time around, I felt like he was involved a lot more. So that's what I mean. It's not obviously not the best display you're going to get from him, but people also need to manage the expectation when it comes to him. That's not his game. That's just people just need to understand that that's just not his game. It's about Arsenal just adjusting to his qualities. Gyökeres is not going to be a Harry Kane if that's what you expect. He's not going to be an Isak. He's not going to come deep and play with the team. That's not him. He wants to run in behind into space or get into the box and get opportunities. So if he's not scoring these opportunities, that's him not doing well. But if people are expecting more than if you're expecting more than that, it's silly. Because if you watched him prior to that, you know that's not his game. That's not Gyökeres' game. So start expecting. Can he develop? I don't know whether he can develop or not. I don't know. But start expecting something that he wasn't doing previous to Arsenal. It's not. This is a different type of striker to a lot of these strikers, and that's just the honest my honest truth about it. I think just like the key points.
I agree with all of that. Oh my god.
Yeah, go on. What was you gonna say?
I agree with all of that, but like back towards goal, like from the edge of the box, and in the box as well. I think like you can't expect him to be doing it like halfway line or in between, but edge of the box and in the box, he has to be better. I think in that kind of way, he definitely has to. Because so that's why I know like they always like to play like 1-2 touches in and around there. And there was times they were wrapping it into his feet, and it was just it weren't what it needs to be.
It weren't sticking.
Cool. Let's go into like some of the controversial moments of the game. The first one is obviously the penalty. Was it a pen for you or not, Sai? Start with you before we go to Akeem.
You know what? Yeah, for the good of the game, that has to be a pen. Like obviously, I didn't want Arsenal to get the pen, but for the good of the game, it has to be a pen. Like anywhere else, if like you take out a man, it's a foul on the pitch. So why goalkeepers getting different treatment? And like if you look at Sanchez last week was more dangerous play in it, but yeah, for the good of the game, that needs to be a pen, man.
Yeah, forget the good of the game. Is it a pen or not? Well, it's good.
Oh no, like, the reason why I'm saying that because if that happens to United player next week, that has to be a pen. That's what I'm talking about. Good of the game. So that's why I need that to be a pen. I need that to be a pen.
Come back.
No. But like for me,
honestly,
nah. Listen,
you know what? So I find it frustrating. Yeah, I find it frustrating because like they just take so much time looking at rubbish, bro. Like that's what's annoying about this shit. It was a pen. I think it was a pen. You know what? It touched the ball, yeah, but the fact of the matter is it's not a clear and obvious error to look at.
Yeah. It's not a clear and obvious error, so for them to be taking that long to look at it, and also Gyökeres kicked the ball onto his foot to try and get it away from him. So it wasn't that he made contact with the ball. The ball made contact with him, and then he made contact with our strike. That was a penalty. That was a penalty. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, so when certain fans talk about conspiracy and referees cheating and betting scandals, this is the stuff that they point to.
No, records are shit though, man. Like that's not. No, to be fair, the ref called it in it, but it's fucking park in it.
Bro, how we saw something similar last week, and rightly so, the goalkeeper was sent off. Rightly so,
But
the goalkeeper was
I
sent
think
off.
last week's one was more the
It was
dangerous.
similar. It was similar.
Yeah, but
Keeper
he
rushing
catches
out.
them higher.
Keeper rushing out. Attacker gets to the ball first. Attacker knocks the ball past the keeper. Granted, the ball never touched the keeper last week. Granted, but the keeper was never getting to the ball. Keeper wipes out the attacker. Penalty given. I mean, red card last week. Nothing this week. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It
All
doesn't make sense.
right.
The officiating and VAR in this country is a joke.
Yeah, no, yeah. The ref gets worse every year for me. Like honestly, it doesn't get. They're not getting any better for me, and I honestly don't know what to do over the summer to try and improve, or what type of measures that they're wanting to implement to like improve like the performances, because every year it just seems like they're getting worse for me.
I say they get Colina out of retirement, pay him, give him all the money in the world. Just get it, because those eyes never missed anything. Yeah, so get Colina out of retirement, bring him to the Premier League.
But I think
In
it's
terms of
important
like
to say the
Newcastle,
ref actually gave the penalty, and I was just going to say, I think it's important to say the ref gave it because it felt right on the pitch. You get what I'm saying? When you see it full speed, it feels like a penalty. Ref gave it. It's VAR that needs to like in this instance, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. In terms of like I guess we're all in agreement with that, so we'll move on. So there's not much debate in regards to the pen. We all believe should have been a pen. In terms of like Newcastle performance, is there much to say about the performance? Did you expect more from them, or you just credit to Arsenal play?
With me?
Well, for me, like as in, for
Anyone
me,
of
I
you?
think like as in, yeah, I think it was a decent Newcastle performance. To be fair, they did have opportunities to get another goal. But it's a decent Newcastle performance. I think like obviously Eddie Howe changed it up. They went a bit more defensive towards the end of the game, and it just doesn't help that Arsenal are bringing all their attackers on as well. So yeah, it's unfortunate for them. It's unfortunate. Like it happened against Liverpool as well with the minute, but yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah. Now I expected Newcastle to be tough, and they were. I expected them to be rugged, and they were. I expected them to. I know they've been struggling for goals this season. They ain't been really been scoring. Well, if you lose Isak in the last couple of days of the summer transfer, your attack will struggle. So I'm not going to hold that against them. But I thought that they will give us a bit more problems than they did. And I have to say that's a bit credit to our team, to our defense and our midfield, that although they posed some threats, not half as much as I thought that they would have, or I was expecting, like compared to last season especially. I felt like we
I agree.
dominated.
Yeah, I agree. I think Newcastle, they've been struggling to find a third of the pitch this season. And as you said, if you lose Isak, then... And I don't know, do you think it's more the qualities of Isak, where Isak can come in deep, get the ball, shield the ball, get others involved. You can run it behind Isak. And then maybe they're struggling to adjust their play, not knowing that they don't have that same quality. And I think maybe that's what it is, because like when they get to the final third of the pitch, is either the passes, like if you see the example of like Golden, when he put the ball in, and no one got into the box to like
Isak would have been there.
And the same thing with was it Joe Linton, when he had that shot, no one gambled. Those little like nuances that where you normally would have seen Isak or others gambling, and they're just not doing what they need to do, and they're struggling to find a third. And I guess it might take time to adjust to like the new players, really. And obviously Wissa getting injured as well doesn't help.
Yeah, that didn't help.
And then Alanga's a good player. I like Alanga, but it's just a nanny man for me. Like the reason why I say that is Alanga, they will do it aesthetically. He's gonna look good. He's gonna be a player. He's gonna run, but when he comes to it, it's not efficient enough. Like to get Like when you get into the box, are you going to pick the right pass? Or when
Yeah.
you're through on goal, are you going to finish?
At
It's
the
going to
crunch
do
times.
everything else. Yeah, it's going to do everything else right. But can he? I'm not. Look, it's still a lot of time in the season. I'm not saying he won't do, but those type of players play within rhythm. Like when they get 1 or 2, they get the confidence to keep going. But they're not the type of player that can pull out a magic moment out of nowhere. You're not going to get that from him. They play with him like their rhythm. They play with him like form when they got a bit of confidence. So until they get to a stage where the players are confident, like they're getting goals, I think they're going to continue to struggle getting goals this season. And it's not just this game; it's highlighted in all the other games that they played this season. So that's probably where they'll struggle.
Yeah, I feel like last season, like they heavily relied on Isak, but that's because he's such a quality player. This season, Watermada's not the kind of player is, but it'll be interesting because I've seen some little things about him that I didn't know anything about the guy. I knew Bayern Munich were interested in him a couple years ago, but I didn't really watch him. But last couple games that I've seen him, I thought he looked all right. Like he's had some decent touches. He's took his goals well. So maybe they can mold this Walter guy into something. We'll see. Because he's still young, isn't he? He's like 22, 23, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see.
He's still young.
We'll see.
Yeah. I just think it might just take them some time before they start getting into rhythm and getting more goals from them. Which is understandable when you lose a quality like Isak, so it's totally understandable.
Yeah.
Look, that's that game. There was obviously pressure going into this game because obviously Liverpool lost yesterday. One of your former players,
Eddie, call me Eddie.
Your defender's in trouble. He said that in the room. Eddie obviously done you guys a favor yesterday. But I wasn't surprised at all. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't surprised about the result. I knew knowing how Liverpool was played this season, and how much chance to give the opposition. They got punished, and rightly so. Palace is not an easy place to go to. And you both had a difficult away game this weekend, and one of you obviously ended up with the three points. They could have got the draw, which is not getting the draw at Palace. It's not the end of the world, bro. If anything, anyone will take a draw at Palace. At this point. But the loss, man, the loss, and what was your thoughts on that game yesterday and like the result? Don't let us spend too long on it, but Akeem, from you anyway, from like the title race perspective, what the thoughts?
Palace should have battered them in the first half. Yeah, Alisson, I've said it, he is the best keeper in the world, and he proved it again yesterday because that first half, Liverpool should have gone in at least 3-0 down. At least 3-0 down. So, but yeah, the result, it was the right result. And at the end, Palace got the deserved victory. And this is just thrown the title race wide open. I was concerned that Liverpool was gonna do what they've done the last 2 times that they won the league and just blow everybody out of the water. This is effectively dragged them back. That result yesterday, it's effectively dragged them back, and us winning also dragged them back, and it's dragged everybody else closer to them so that they're not running away with the league. Like I believe if Liverpool do get ahead of steam, they are hard to catch, and because they haven't hit form yet, when they do hit form, it will be hard to catch them. So it's good that Palace did the whole league a favor yesterday.
Okay. In terms of the title race, Saeed, what does it look like? What's in your mind?
Like, it's always funny talking about the title race this early on. For me, like, it's still wide open. Obviously, like I think there's a few teams that can enter the race, isn't it? But it's always easier to talk about the title race during Christmas. I think now there's such a focus on like things game to game. Like, that's why we're looking at title race this early. But in years gone by, like we'll never be looking at that race now. It'll just be like, oh, they're leading the pack. They're
Yeah.
not in it. I will say, like Liverpool's last couple of games, especially against Palace, I think hopefully it shows the league that you can have a go at Liverpool, like take the game to them, like
Yeah.
as in hit them on the counter. Konate yesterday, oh my gosh, like as in the amount of times like he could have gave away 2 goals yesterday, innit? So yeah, like as in hopefully more teams try and go at them, and if they do, then it's not Liverpool's need to give away. If you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
for me, like United aren't in the title race, so I just want as many teams in there as possible. Like give it the odd what do you call it, outsider to give it a go as well. Like you never know, it could be someone like Sunderland, who knows, 'cause they've had a hot start. But yeah, like as in if United on it, I want as many people in the title race, and the way the games are going, yeah, it's too early to say. But if you're gonna say anything, yeah, there's just more people involved in it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get that. Look, I totally agree anyway, in terms of like the title race is too early, but because obviously of how the season's going so far, and the importance of this weekend's game, Arsenal going away and Liverpool being already 5 points clear, I just thought I'll bring that up and just to see what your thoughts are on it. But in terms of like Liverpool themselves, I just think they need to exercise a little bit more control in their game. Like I know the manager, like it really wants to take the games to like a lot of teams, which is the right thing to do. He likes to be on the front foot, but they're not clicking the forward line. Like, yes, they got goals because they've got individual quality, so it's easier for them to pull something out of nowhere. But I think they need to exercise a bit more patience and a bit more control, because their line is so high, and at the moment it's just, I just said in the transition, if any other team gets it right, they'll get punished. They'll honestly get punished. And obviously emphasize what we were saying about Arsenal earlier on, in terms of like these, like if Arsenal got more qualities than a lot of these teams that obviously getting this opportunities against Liverpool. So why they couldn't do it? But obviously that's another topic. But they just need to exercise. Liverpool need to exercise a lot more control in their play. The manager wants to take risks. Look, they won the league last season. They want to win it this season, but it makes it interesting anyway, because as you say, Saeed, a lot of teams going to look at that, what Palace did yesterday, and think we can do that too. We can just sit in the low block with Konate not having a good season so far, and we're just going to be just putting the ball into space. If you've got any player that's got pace, just put into that space behind Konate and let's dance. let's see what happens. You know what I mean? That's basically, because they're always going to push. As long as they're playing like that, they're always going to push to the halfway line. And Konate, and what you want to do is get your player playing on the on the last man and just pull it into space. All you got to do is pull it into space, and then your man just test Konate. That's what you got to do. And you still have an issue with the right back position, because I don't think I've seen Frimpong, and I think he may struggle physically with the league. I think he might need at least a season. I'll be honest with you, I'll start Conor Bradley ahead of him.
Yeah.
If you're playing at home and to a lesser position, maybe just use him, because you're gonna have majority of the ball. But at the moment, what I've seen of Frimpong in the Premier League, he's gonna struggle physically in the league, because one is like they're just pinning him away from the ball, and he's struggling. Like they're getting the body in front of the ball ahead of him, and he's just struggling physically with the ball, with the league at the moment. So at the moment, I'll be honest, I'll play Conor Bradley. If I had to pick, I'll play Conor Bradley ahead of him. Forget name, it's just he's just not ready at the moment, and that's as simple as that.
No, let them keep playing Frimpong.
I think the other thing is, like, they need to look at the midfield balance as well, because like the only game where they haven't had to rescue a point from the dying death is like when they played Everton, right? And that's when they played. They didn't play Works, didn't they? They played Bosley, Birch, and McAllister, right? So like, they just need to Works is a problem for them. And then now I didn't like it, to be fair, it's like show touches yesterday, like he's gonna get back there. So when he does, that'll be a problem. But Works in the midfield, like as in they need to find a solution for that. And
do you think he could play as one of the? Do you think he could play as one of the deeper midfielders? As one of the, as
I
like a
don't know,
take
like
a. So it'll be Gravenberch, Soboslai, and Wirtz, or Gravenberch, McAllister, and Wirtz.
I don't think you can play McAllister and Wirtz together, like because like as
Yeah,
in, there's not enough skill in that midfield.
yeah.
But yeah, like as in you would rather McAllister than Wirtz at this moment, innit? Because he's been doing it in the league, innit? So yeah, I think like as in, and the other thing about Wirtz, which obviously it's early doors as well, but there's been opportunities where if you're a 100 million plus player, like as in you'll take them opportunities, but it seems like he's shying away from it. So there was a couple of shots he had like last week or 2 weeks ago where he's passing on responsibility, innit? So for me, like yeah, maybe it's gonna be a thing where he needs time to kind of really understand what the Premier League's about or whatnot, but for now, like as in, it's just not working with him, and then like just playing Gravenberch in there, innit? They need more still in and around that. So for me, yeah.
I just think it's time. I don't think he probably just needs time because I think there's a quality player in there. I'm not worried. I'm not a Liverpool fan. From what I've seen from him, if I'm a Liverpool fan, I won't be worried because the performances are not terrible performances, but obviously when they're not equating to like goals and assists, there's going to be a lot of noise about it. And that's the day and age we are in right now. If nothing is equating to like goals and assists and you're a 100 million player, there's going to be
I
a
was
lot
going
of
to
noise
say
about
that
it.
as well. Like when I've watched him, he hasn't looked bad. He hasn't looked like he's
Same,
gone missing. He's not looking like he's hiding. He looks like he wants the ball. He's always trying to get on the ball.
Mm-hmm.
He's I don't know, but like you said, he hasn't scored. He hasn't assisted. So it just looks like this wasted 100 mil.
Yeah, and I think it's just time. I just think it's time. No, if don't forget like the forward line with Isak and Florin coming in, it's just it's a change of dynamic. Obviously Isak not being fit, Ekitike obviously getting the yellow, getting sent off stupid red card on midweek, not playing. So and Salah hasn't really been like, obviously Salah hasn't really contributed much as like he normally does. So I just think their forward line will need a bit of time.
Before we move, I want to call out Jamie Carragher because he's always criticizing Arsenal about celebrations. Look at your striker now, punk. Yeah, he went and got himself set on the Carabao Cup game against who? Look at your striker. And you always want to criticize Arsenal about celebrating. Get out of here. Yeah, cool. Try to get that in there. Cool.
All right, cool. Look, let's just move on from the title race. Let's go into a sensitive topic for me. So I'll allow you to do a lot of the speaking, Saeed. Look, if you haven't checked it out already, I did a review of the game yesterday with Max, so check it out. But Saeed, since we got you on, I'm not going to go into too much details because I went into the game yesterday. We'll go into the manager in a second, but let's just get your thoughts on the game. So yesterday, what were your thoughts on the game when we United and Brentford?
So I think yesterday was the first time I actually thought that we didn't play like we needed to play. Like I've accepted all the other performances and I've seen things in there which I liked about the team. Like we might not have got a result, but yesterday is the first time I looked at it and thought this ain't good enough. Looking at the goals, like isn't this like I was in the car watching the game, if you get what I'm saying, and I'm just looking like as in the two balls that went that they got their goals from. The first one is just one simple ball, like bypass midfield, bypass everything. Maguire tries to step up when he shouldn't be stepping up there. Stuff that you can't legislate for as a manager at all, can you? And then the second one, like, is in if you look at it, like for some reason, like we've got a back three when the ball gets pumped up long, but for some reason, and they've got two players running onto it, but then it's like 2-on-1 by the time the ball bounces, and it's like, where's your defensive header kind of thing in it? So I got kind of pissed off for the first half, and like, because then it was good that Benjamin Sesko scored, but like, as in, I left the first half, and I said, I'm not watching this. I'm gonna go play football. Saw the end result, saw the penalty miss, I saw the red card incident. it should have been a red card. Bruno should normally six that away as well. But that, like, if we had won that game, if we got points from that game, we would have covered over like a bad performance from me. And I'm not sure if it's the whole thing about we haven't won back to back that was playing in their heads, or if it's just like I feel like tactically, like as in teams, like they don't even need to say what they need to do. Like go out, one, and you're probably gonna beat Man United nowadays. Yeah, like as in, and there weren't much that I could see that we did differently for Brentford. Like yeah, we did like in the warm up we were doing set pieces training, but apart from that, there was not much different we were doing against Brentford. Yeah, so it was just a disappointing result for me. I've kind of been back in the team, like as in I've understood where we are and where we want to get to. And if we want to say we're going to get between 6 and 8, it's not that bad. It wasn't that bad until this week, but this is a team we had to beat to kind of get there because we're gonna have harder tests. Yeah, it was all around a bad day. So yeah, I haven't felt like this in a long time. I just don't want to watch football again, but the whole weekend, didn't it? But, yeah.
I
I've
mean,
been
I
That's
there,
what
felt
Man
like
bro.
United
that,
can do
bro.
for me.
I've been there.
I felt like that, bro. Once that, and I hated that we were first because it just ruined the rest of the
Yeah,
football weekend for me. It was not like I wasn't like I was like as I was watching us play. I think I was speaking about this yesterday. It was I'm so numb to it now. Is that I can see what's happening, but I'm actually not watching it. It's like it was
yeah,
that bad yesterday. It's just and I totally agree because I said this yesterday as well. I thought this performance it was reminiscent of like last season. Like all the other 5 performances, I just thought a lot of people was making noise. Like, yeah, they're gonna. This is my personal thought. I'll be honest with you, people just concentrate on result now in this day and age and don't actually watch football. And I get it. Like if that's what you want, people just because I don't think the other 5 performances prior to this were bad, but yesterday was shocking. The performance yesterday was just there's no defending it, bro. Honestly, that was just basically reminiscent of like last season. And in terms of like the decision, bro, I'm sick and tired of this ref, bro. You took 4 minutes. 4 minutes. I'm not even trying to make an excuse for Bruno, yeah. It's a space, it's a red card. It's clear, it's obvious that that's a red card. You took 4 minutes to look at that, and you're delaying the guy to take his penalty. Like, I'm not trying to make an excuse for him, but of course that's going to play in his mind, bro. Like, it's a red card. And on top of that, you still didn't send him off. How was that not a red card? I'm lost for words with this, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, for me, like they're saying that he's not in control of the ball, but like, it's clear that like whoever's making that call has never played football before. My man gets a
Never
toe to the
played.
ball. They not
Bro,
get a toe to it, from what I see. Yeah. So
Never
what
played
more? Like if he
football.
doesn't get touched, if he gets
the
like, then
thing is, though, is
how
not
do you
even
not
going
get
to
a
be in
call?
control. The thing about that pass is it's only going to be one touch that
Ronald's
is
going
going
to
to need
smash
to
it.
tap it into the net. It doesn't need to
Yeah.
like be in control of the ball with that kind of ball. So it's just like honestly,
It's
I just
clear
thought that
cut, man.
decision was
It
ridiculous.
was clear cut.
Yeah.
It was clear cut. It was clear cut.
But the other,
It was clear cut. Like I said, refereeing in this country is a joke. It's a travesty. Like I don't know, man. And they need to stop being held accountable for the decisions that they make, because football is a £1 billion sport. Like people lose money, people lose their jobs, people reputation get ruined. Like these officials, they actually do need to be held accountable for the decisions that they make. Like it's actually becoming a joke. Like
I think
that's just how I feel about it, man. Because
the other thing I want to say about Man United in general, like as in kind of at the game, reminiscent of the game yesterday, is like Man United are the only team I can see in this league. Yeah, we'll have the most people in the box in both boxes. So when we're defending, we'll have the most people in the box, and a team can still score, and we can have the most people in their box in their box, and we will not score. Like it's just frustrating to see things like that. But it's just like as in yesterday was just a bad loss for me, and it's one that you have to get over.
Yeah,
But Sunderland next, the way Sunderland moving, like it's not an easy 3 points. I don't know where are we
yeah,
at home or away?
no, definitely not. at home.
It's not an easy 3 points either way.
Yeah.
So yeah, got to kind of
Look,
move on, but just get back on
yeah.
track.
No, yesterday was horrible. They just move on from it. Like, there's no other way to spin it. It's a bad performance. All team, like every single one of them. I don't know what to say. Just like, look, obviously, every time we lose, there's only going to be one topic of discussion. That's obviously the managers. There's been like reports that the board are ready to pull the trigger after the Sunderland game, because obviously it's the international game after the Sunderland game. Where do you? I'll start with Akeem. Where do you think it should go? No, I know you want to stay. You might want to stay. Well,
no. I'm gonna be genuine. I'm gonna be genuine. All jokes aside, he should have gone at the end of last season. Okay. After that Europa League final, he should have gone. Like, let's be real. Like, me as an Arsenal fan, my manager didn't win the league. I wanted him gone. You lot as Manchester United, this guy finished where 15th. How many games did he win? We can count that on one hand, right? From the time he got there to the end of the season, he won what? How many games? We can count it on one hand. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, but even still, yeah.
There we go. Cool. That alone should not have kept him in the job to this season. That alone. So yeah, I think his time has been up. Man United could do a lot worse. Man United could do a lot better. I hope that your next manager is a lot worse. So yeah.
Sorry, what should go? I'm not gonna go into depth with this, because I've done like a whole video about my thoughts where I stand with him, because we went into the season with him. I think it should be given more time. Yesterday was the first performance that if they didn't want to go into the season with him and they sacked him, I wouldn't complain. Like, even if they sack him now, I'm not gonna complain, because as you said, like, the numbers shows he ain't won enough game. So, but in my personal opinion, I think because of the fact that they've gone into the season with him, they should give him time. But sack him, I'm not going to complain. Whatever they decide to do, I'm not complaining. But where do you stand?
No, for me, like, as in, if we're not going for the Champions League spots, if we're not, like, we ain't really got much to play for this season, like, just to be better than last season. Personally, I'll give him to the end of the season, and then if he can't show himself, then you sack him, kind of thing. But like, I just want to sack him because, like, we go through this. We're not going to get relegated. Let's be real. Like, we're not going to get relegated.
No, I'm not saying you're going to get relegated. But what if, like we saw last season, if those three teams were a bit better, they could have dragged you into a relegation fight. Now it's very early in this season. What if he come like at the end of November and you're languishing 16, 17, 15, 16, 17, 15. That's a relegation scrap now, bro. Would you still keep him in the job?
Obviously, like, you've got to look at it properly then, innit? You know what I'm saying? But I don't believe we're going to be in relegation scrap. The only thing, like, the only reason I'm saying keep him to the end of the season, because, like, we ain't really, like, realistically, we're not going to get Champions League spot, right? So if we're not going to go for Champions League spot, like, yeah, you can try and go for Europa or not, but, like, I'll rather, like, might need the money from it or not, but I'll rather just not, if you know what I'm saying, and, like, reset next season again if we're not going to get Champions League. But the only thing I want from the season is to watch better football as a fan. Like, I understand how them, like, as in teams that come up or teams that languish, like, towards the bottom of the table, yeah, they just watch their teams to watch good football than to play good football. That's how I see Man United nowadays. Like, I just want them to play good football. Like, the results will come, but I just want them to play good football. And it's a sad place to be as a United fan, but, like, that's how I am. You know what I'm saying, isn't it? So
Man United,
for that reason,
2025, we've got Man United fans talking like the Charlton Athletic fans.
No. I'm just saying I understand them. That's it. I just understand them. You know what I'm saying? When they go there and they're still chanting their team's name after getting battered 5-1 or whatever. I understand them. That's what I'm saying. But the reason why I say like keep him to the end of the season, because like for me, his system is being played in the league as well. Like not exactly, but like we're talking about the formation, right? And I can see other managers getting a tune out their players with the formation. So it's not the formation for me. And I see him tweak stuff with the formation still. So like for me, the players it's more diamond on the players that they can't get the tactical bits
Yeah,
behind the formation, if you get what I'm saying, innit? And
yeah,
having said that,
I
as in,
agree.
I've seen the same thing under Ten Hag. I've seen the same thing under well, not Social was all right because he was going on the transition. I've seen the same thing under Van Gaal. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the type of player that we've
Yeah,
got, and so if they can't get what they're being asked tactically, like why are you a footballer getting 150, 200k? Like why? What's the justification for it? So yeah, isn't at this end of the season, if he's languishing 15th, 16th, he'll probably get sacked, whatever. But at the same time, we've still got to address the problem, which is more the players, if you get what I'm saying. And the only system I've seen work with United for the last couple of years is the 4-2-1 or 4-3-3 basically, but having two holders. And that's not good enough. Like we need to be able to play different ways to progress in it. So yeah, he'll probably end up going if we do languish. I don't want him to go. I like him as personally, I think he stands for, but uh, you can't. You're not affording time just like
Yeah.
that nowadays, isn't it? So
Okay, cool. Now, obviously, it's nice to get it's nice to get your view, Said, because I think I'm not sure, but I don't think whether we ever talk about this in terms of, because a lot of my views are similar to what you were saying as well in terms of look, I wouldn't want him to go, but I understand if they let him go. Like it's as simple as that.
yeah.
If he asks a lot of United fans at the beginning of the season what's the expectation, everyone's going to tell you, as long as we're top 8 or whatever it is, they'll say that, right? So what? As long as I feel like what we doing here? So now we don't want to be top 8 anymore. Now we think we should be challenging for the league. Because yesterday was the first bad performance. Yesterday, do you know what I'm saying? Look, fans are not realistic. They just say stuff for saying stuff. State like yesterday was the first bad performance. So I'm not going to try and justify yesterday's result. If they sack him after yesterday. It's all good. But prior to yesterday, is it really the end of the world that we lost to Arsenal and Man City? Teams that are competing for the league?
Wow.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's
that's a
not,
good
bro, because
question.
that's not who we're competing with. It's not who we're competing
Yeah,
with. But yesterday was reminiscent of last season, and this is when pressure starts to be on, when you're displaying that type of performance. So that's why yesterday was that damning for me, because it was, I can back you up in the other 5 games, but yesterday I can't. It was damning. So this obviously give people more time to talk and so forth. But look, my stance still stays the same. What I said at the beginning of the season is given the season, but go back to what you saying, Akeem. If he's showing that we are not competing for 5 place to 10th place, then it's got to go, because we shouldn't be having the same season that we did last season. Anytime that anytime that is looking as if we are going to be the same as last season, then he's got to go.
pull the
But
trigger.
if not, then I will want to pull the trigger then. But if not, I will want him to see him through season, see what he can actually do. Because what I was trying to tell people as well is this man got the job on merit. It's just they didn't just dash him the job. It's not Ollie that came on trial, did well for 5. He got the job on merit. You know what I'm saying? He's obviously doing something well.
I rated him as a manager.
And that's the point that I'm trying to say. But United is a damning job, bro. Like, not just for a manager, for a player. That place sinks any man, bro. Bro, we need at this point, it's looking like it needs a miracle to pull us out of the dirt. Honestly, bro, we've offended someone, and we need to. Every single United fan in the world needs to start searching for the man that we've offended. We need to search for the person that we've offended and beg him, or him or her. Sorry, it might be a her as well.
Yes.
We need to beg them.
Starting with me. You two starting with me.
Because, bro, it's not with a tangible thing anymore. It's a spiritual problem, bro. Because you can't put your finger on what's wrong. You can't, bro. Honestly,
with United, if you don't laugh, you cry, bro. That's what it's feeling for now.
This is
It's a simple,
spiritual.
bro. If you don't laugh, you cry. Because yeah, no, honestly, that's exactly where we are, man. And it's a shame. But look, the report is that they might sack him. So let's see if they sack him. I'm not going to be moping around it if they sack him, and I'm not going to be dancing around to sack him. I don't mind if they sack him, but I said, but it doesn't change my stance on things. You know what I mean? And I honestly
Who would you
think,
guys like?
from what I've seen, and from what I've seen from him, if they do sack him, I honestly believe he was going to go on and do well in his career, and United would just be a job that came too early for him. And I think that's probably what it might be. And that's just my honest opinion on things. I'm not saying, it might end up being a terrible manager, it might end up being shit, whatever it is. But from what I see, I can only speak from what I can see from him, and that's just my honest opinion on things with him. And that's where I stand at the moment. But what doesn't help him and what doesn't help his job is that he makes his job a lot harder with performances like yesterday. And even the players makes his job a lot harder with performances like yesterday. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Anything else on him before we go? What you going to say again? What was the
I was just gonna ask, like, if let's say you lose your next game, and your boss sacks him, during the international break, who would you guys like as the next manager?
So, do you have anyone in mind?
We're gonna we'll ruin it. A lot of managers again. Like, asking us who you want, we'll just ruin them. Like, just like we've ruined the last two up and coming managers, isn't it? The only thing that you can say, like, you want someone that's established there, so it's finally clear to see where the problems are. If you know what I'm saying, innit? And I know he's not available. Someone is respected at Ancelotti that, like, literally has gone everywhere and won, apart from like, Everton, let's say. Like, you want someone like that, so it's clear to see it's not the manager. If you get what I'm saying, that's like, but unless it's someone established, unless it's someone that you can that you can say like it's not them, it's the club, or it's how things are running, then we'll ruin someone else. So what's the point? If we take Amorim out, let's pick someone again to ruin. Who do you want to ruin? But
for me,
who would you take, Tom?
I'll be honest. At the moment, I haven't thought. Sorry, what did you say?
I said, who would you take?
Oh yeah, for me, I haven't thought of it. I'll be honest with you, I haven't thought of it. But if I was to like think it now, maybe Glasner. That just off the back of like just that's the only manager that came to my head. I don't know, but one thing I always say is one thing I always say about players and managers, there is always someone out there, and I don't want to hear all of this. This is why I say, even if they sack him, I don't mind, because I don't want to hear all of this. Or if they sack him, who's next? Or who else can we get? There's always someone.
Bro,
it's just about picking the right manager. And even with players, there's always players. It's just it's just having the right recruitment team, picking the right manager or player. There's always someone. And a perfect example of that is PSG. Like, they went to go and find Luis Enrique. And then on top of that, these players that they were getting, like that, what's the centre back that plays next to Marquinhos? What's his name? For PSG, what's his name? What's his name? I forgot. Anyway, yeah, what's his name? The player next to Marquinhos. Pacho, yeah, that's it. Thank you. Bro, it was in South America. Spent one season in Germany. They bought him for like 50 million. Look how the brother's playing. So like, there's always someone.
Even a Doué guy, even a little kid
Doué, Vitinha, that can't even get into Wolves. So it's like, it's the prop. So I'm saying, you just need to identify what you like, have a clear identity of what you want to do, and pick the right manager and players that fits that. And so there's always someone. So I might not have someone in mind, doesn't mean that there's not someone available. So I've never thought of what I really want. And the reason why I stopped thinking about managers or players that idolizing people that you might want is because United just ends up ruining them, as I says, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's the job is bigger than what we think it is. And that's just the honest truth, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because we've had all type of managers in this role. We've had managers with credentials and it's just ending up ruining managers. So, and even players. It's not that these players are bad every time. And I said this last season, and people say, these players are shit, bro. They're not shit players, bro. It's not that they're shit, because these players, you can take them out United and go elsewhere, and the pressure releases itself. Now they're playing well in other places, like McTominay, that people cuss us all the time, or went to Player of the Year in Italy. It is what it is. Like, the job is bigger than what it is as a manager, and playing for Man United is bigger than what you can imagine. So a lot of them get there and then realize the magnitude of the task ahead of them, and a lot can't handle it. It's as simple as that. So I don't really know what we want. Bro, all I pray for is United to be doing better again, bro, because I'm fed up. I'm fed up with it. So we move on to the next game and see what happens.
I understand.
You don't understand, bro, because all this smiling that you're doing right now, I should just remove you from this.
It wasn't that long ago that my club was there, bro. It wasn't that long ago that my team was there. Remember the Cristianis and the Mustafis?
You realize since we started talking, he's got his grin hasn't moved. He's got this grin on his face for the whole conversation. No, it's a nightmare, man. All right, cool. Let's quickly just round up the Premier League weekend game, and then we jump off because we've been on for almost like an hour now. So let's just round up and then we'll call it a day. Man City, what you guys think of Man City fight? Well, obviously, we all expected them to win yesterday. Was you anyone surprised?
Nope. They're starting to purr.
They only got a goal.
Yeah.
Surprised it was 1-1 at half time. That's what I was surprised about.
Yeah. They got me happy for a second.
Yeah.
Man City.
And then Chelsea.
I expect them to kick on.
And then Chelsea, another loss to Brighton. What are you saying, Saeed?
Like, a question: do you think if they don't get a red card, that they go on to win that game? Because like all the signs from the first half were showing it, they were doing well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think they'll win the game if they didn't get a red card. That's my thought personally, anyway.
They were in control.
Same. Like, I think they were. They were handling Brighton's threats and all sorts. So again, it's a shame that they got red. Well, I say it's a shame, but like, was it Santos that loose ball from Santos changed the game? But also, I know, go on.
No, because then again, they were saying that they were handling Brighton's threats, but I know it was a sloppy back pass. Well, it was an attempted back pass if I remember correctly. It was the young kid in it that tried to pass it back to the keeper, and Tosin went and found a guy in it. Yeah, like maybe Brighton because before that Brighton had the opportunity to get in behind as well, and they fluffed that. So there were signs, although Chelsea looked like they're controlling it, there were signs that maybe Brighton could have nicked an equaliser, but we'll never know. But that red card did help them.
The last question I have, is in it always seems like defenders try to go for that, try to go for that tackle, try to win that ball, where like common sense say put them off, but then don't get the red cards. Would you do you think that's something that Chalobah didn't need to make that tackle? He's never going to get the balls alongside.
He's never going to get the ball.
Is that something that creeping into see how many red cards are going for last minute tackles and things that with VAR they're never gonna get away with. Well, for me, it's
the irony of that, Si. It's that I think it was Chalobah that did an interview after last week's game, and he was saying something along the line that Sanchez should have let Mbeumo go, or just something along the line. I don't know the verbatim of what his wording was, but it was more like it was ill discipline, blah blah blah. And look at him now. It's calm. Like, you see how the world works sometimes.
Yeah, look at you now. Instead of you to be like, he's unfortunate, he's unlucky. Look at you now.
Yeah. So it's like it's all discipline, especially when it's happened to your club. You lost the game last week just because of the same thing. You should have just let it go. Like 1-1 is not the end of the world. You get back into the game. And look, this was
That's
we're talking. This was all in the last 10 minutes of the game, though, right? This
Yeah,
is late on. So,
yeah,
yeah, this was late on. So it was,
yeah.
it's a poor judgment. And what's hurting Chelsea is what we all going into the season is all what we thought would hurt Chelsea, and that was the core of the back line. That's the goalkeeper and the two centre backs, and that's what's hurting them. And that's going into the season. Anyone looked at that team, that's what everyone thought would have hurt them. So you can spend all the money in the world, but if you don't fix your leaking roof, what do you think is going to happen? And that's basically what's happening to them. Yeah. And I think, but look, we don't have much time on each game anymore. Let's move on. Then we have Bournemouth, Leeds. Talking about managers, that's another Bournemouth manager, not a top manager that I wouldn't mind. But Bournemouth, Leeds, 2-2. Akeem, what are you saying about both teams?
Yeah, like a Bournemouth manager, I kind of respect him. This is another season where he's got them playing decent football. They're looking tough to beat. Leeds look all right, but I still think that they'll go down, but they look all right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good season for Bournemouth, I believe, though.
Yeah.
I had them in my ACCA, like score draw, both teams score. Yeah, it came true. It was a good game though.
Okay. Yeah, it was a good game as well. Talking about teams, I still think Leeds will go down. I'm with you, Akeem, because when I did my at the beginning of the season, I thought 2 of the 3 that came up was going to go down, and I thought it would be Burnley and Leeds. And I think maybe Wolves will be the first to join them. Yeah, so I think Sunderland will stay up, and that's the next team I was going to talk about. Sunderland 2-1. I actually watched that game against Forest. Obviously, Forest unfortunate not to get a goal towards in the second half. There was pepper in Sunderland's goal, and at the same time, Sunderland also had opportunities in the transition to get the goals. But one player that I was impressed with was Xhaka. Having a player like that in the middle of the park to slow things down when it needs to be slowed down, and I just thought having someone like him, as long as they can keep him fit, definitely can help them stay up. So it was Sunderland I thought would stay up, because they did invest heavy as well at the beginning. I mean, in the summer. So that's the team I think will stay up. The next game,
I don't think at any stage. I don't think at any stage that Forest would have scored. Like they, Sunderland.
Oh really? You didn't think so?
Look comfortable on it. Yeah. I don't think they'll score, man.
Yeah. They had a couple chances, even that Chris Wood should have buried his chance.
Yeah,
to be fair, that's the only chance. Yeah, that's the only chance. Right?
Yeah, at minimum, get that on target. At minimum.
Yeah,
but
at minimum.
Cool. I was surprised about this result because I remember me and Said, we got one like a last man standing. I was saying Spurs are going to beat Wolves. There's no way Spurs are not going to beat Wolves. They were fortunate to even get the draw.
Yeah.
They were fortunate to get the draw. How far do you think they get this season, though, Spurs? Akeem?
I think Thomas Frank's a good manager. He's proven it the last 3-4 years. 3-4 years that Brentford has been in the Premier League. He took them up, and ever since he's been there, year in, year out, Brentford have not looked like they're going down. And that's credit to Thomas Frank as a manager, as an organizer. Remember, he makes them very hard to beat. And I feel like he's starting to do that with Tottenham. Like last season, we saw how open Tottenham were. They were very open. Very open. Now, looking at them, like teams ain't cutting through them as easily. I know Wolves played better than them yesterday, but the previous game, who was it they played again? The game, especially the game against City that I watched, they looked good. Yeah. They dominated that game. I think they'll finish around like between 8th and top 4. they're definitely for me. I think they're definitely there fighting for the top 4 finishes. So between 8th and top 4, that's where they'll finish for me.
Si?
The only thing I got to say is Frank hasn't played like um 2 games in a week consistently for a while. Oh, well, not with Brentford anyway. And it's always different playing. Like to be fair, he played good football at Brentford, or he played a good style of football at Brentford for who Brentford were. But there's the onus on him to win games at Spurs, so I think it's I think like they will tail off midway on towards the end, but maybe like top 8. I think top 4 is a bit too much for them.
Cool.
You reckon with the attacking players that they got? I think if they start
We used to come
utilising some of the
actually
attacking players,
Chesney and what Solanke to come back in it. Who else is? Well, yeah, no,
yeah.
I think they're like, to be fair, like as in could this be
Tottenham
good
worry me more
for
than
them? But
Chelsea.
like,
I'm gonna be honest.
yikes.
When I watch Tottenham, they worry me more than Chelsea. I'm gonna be honest. Like I think their centre backs are better. Their midfield is as competitive. It's just as competitive. Plus they've got 1-2 ballers that I rate, like Xavi Simons and Kudus, like that are difference makers in this league. So well, Kudus is proven difference maker. With Xavi Simons, he will prove to be a difference maker in this league. I think he's a fabulous player.
Yeah, the stink yesterday
All right,
though.
no, let's go on to the last game. Last game is Villa finally got the first win against Fulham. I didn't watch that game, so you guys can like break it down for me. Do you watch it, King?
I didn't watch that game either. I can't break it down. I ain't even seen the highlights yet.
To be fair, I
I haven't
like,
even seen the highlights
it was
yet.
good to see. It was good to see Villa doing what they normally do, like as in being able to play on the transitions. Watkins getting his goal, like it was so funny because commentator was saying Watkins is low on confidence, is not doing the things that he can do. 2 minutes later, he's got the ball in the back of the net. He loves the keeper as well. It was good finish. And then literally, yeah, the beginning of the second half, they just came out and blitzed it. So McGinn and Buendia came and scored like a bit of good play as well. And they just managed the game after that. So I don't think they're back, but like as in, it was definitely a good performance for them. And yeah, hopefully they build on it.
Right, cool. All right, look. So look, that's another weekend's game. That's everything for now. Thanks, boys. Thanks for joining. What I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and do a lot more weekend roundup. Because as we're getting like to the next stage of like the season, I think we've like 6 games. Things are gonna start shaping up pretty much soon. So I'm gonna start doing a lot more roundup. During the course, like every Sunday, really. That would be the plan. I'm not sure who would be here weekly. It might be Saeed, it might be Akeem. I think I'll change up some weeks, but I will definitely get you guys on quite often because I've enjoyed this one. Is there anything else, boys, that we haven't discussed that you like to discuss this week before you jump off?
Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid. That was a quality game. That was a
What did
quality
it
game.
finish actually? I was playing when it was 2-2.
Huh?
5-2.
What did it finish? What was the
5-2.
final score? 5-2.
5-2.
Oh,
5-2,
blimey.
bro.
Yeah, it was 2-2
Atleti
at half
5-2.
Oh,
time.
blimey.
It was a good game. It was a good game. I enjoyed that game. Yeah, I enjoyed that
Yeah,
game.
no, I was
I just wanted to
excited,
put that
man.
out there. I was a neutral. I'm a neutral in there. I don't have no Spanish team. Barcelona pissed me off. Real Madrid annoy me. Like I just think the whole of La Liga is corrupt. But when I can watch good football, I'll take it.
Yeah, nah, I'm not neutral, but I'm a Madrid fan, but I've been a Madrid fan forever, so definitely not a neutral.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
All right. All right, people, thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. Akeem and Saeed, yeah, share this with everyone. Make sure that they subscribe.
Come on.
We need to get a subscription up. And let us know what your thoughts are. If you agree with a lot of our comments, if you disagree with them, let us know, and I'll make sure I always reply back on the comments anyway. So please comment. Turn on your notifications so you know whenever I upload onto YouTube. And then I think I'll be back with a video tomorrow to do like a Champions League preview. But for now, we out. Thank you. Peace. See you later, boys.
Peace.
Cheers.
Oh.
Nice.